yeah. I said, hey, Miss Sam.
No talking on a talk show. All right, my next guest is widely recognized as Mankind, one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. He is also a novelist. His new book is called Scooter. Please welcome Mick Foley.
I think they were laughing.
No. Have you met Tony, by the way?
When I saw Tony, I thought he's here to see me,
I want to see
right?
those two fight. Yeah. We'll get that on later on. That'll be on Showtime.
But I think they thought that novelist thing was a joke, that there was
No,
a
you
punchline.
sell a lot of books.
Yeah,
We're going to get to that.
But
But first I want to talk to you. First, your claim to fame, your first claim to fame, wrestling, you were renowned as probably the wrestler who took more punishment than any other wrestler in the history of the sport. You think that's fair to say?
yes,
Yeah,
very accurate.
And it got to the point where your fans probably just felt you don't feel pain.
Yeah.
But is that the truth?
Well, they've been prompted a little bit by the announcers over the years. Is that he loves it. Look at him. He's got a smile on his face. Yeah, it was true. The fans apparently did a good job. They thought not only did I feel it, that they kind of loved it. And
right.
I realized that maybe that was a better identity to have when you're 19, that as you approach, your mid-30s and you're still the guy taking the punishment, that there could have been another way to go.
Did you ever have fans who just misunderstood and they'd see you somewhere and they'd think, oh, watch this, and they'd smash you over the head with a television or something?
Nothing that extreme, but I've had people see me as I'm like struggling to get up a flight of stairs, going, "You love pain," and I'm like, "Arthritis rocks."
Arthritis is so fun.
Sciatica rules.
Yeah. What's your most embarrassing mishap in the ring? Anything where that you relive in your mind, like that was a bad moment?
Well, I don't know if it was embarrassing. It certainly was painful. I'm thinking of
pain, embarrassment,
same thing. WrestleMania 20 was at that time the biggest match up in history. The biggest night in wrestling. We were in the main event, the Big Show, Triple H, me, and The Rock. So
all of you guys fighting it out.
It was a four-man elimination match. The Big Show was already out, and The Rock and I were ganging up on Triple H, and The Rock had Triple H on a table, holding him, and he wanted me to jump.
I like how you could bring furniture into
it. It's
supposed to be wrestling. I had him up against a water cooler. I drove in with a tractor. So anyway, so what are you supposed to do?
I went up to that second rope, and I was going to come out off the second rope onto the table with the big elbow, and I'd done it like in '96. But that was, several years earlier when I was a younger, healthier man, and I remember looking at Triple H thinking, man, he's a long ways out there. But I took the plunge anyway. I missed by about 2 feet. So instead of catching Triple H with the elbow, I caught my sternum on that table, which didn't give it all. It was like built like a brick. And my family was in attendance. This was my retirement match. We were in Anaheim, so the whole plan was to go to Disneyland the next day. And here we are, biggest match, the biggest card, biggest night in wrestling, and I'm laying on the ground. I think my sternum's broken, and all I can think is, I'm not going to make it to Disneyland.
I'm not going to Disneyland. Wow. Now, people get to choose a persona a lot of times when they get into wrestling.
Yes.
And when you were first starting out, is this true? You wanted your persona to be a chick magnet. Is that right?
Yeah.
You wanted that to be your character, a guy that women found irresistible.
Yeah, I was going to do a little role playing. Dude Love.
The guy's name was Dude Love?
Dude Love, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. And I don't know if you can tell, but...
Women can't resist the name Dude Love. What's your name? Dude Love. I must have you.
Nature decided not to cooperate with me in my quest to chick magnethood.
Right.
And then one day, Vince McMahon found out I'd been this guy, Dude Love, when I was, in high school.
Right.
And I get a call one day. He says, "Hey, pal." That's how Vince sounds, if you know him. And I said, "Hey, Vince, how you doing?" He goes, "How'd you like to be Dude Love?" And so I became Dude Love for a number of months on the show. And women, who I apparently were paid to do so, began, charging the ring and throwing undergarments at me. And for a while, it became a
Is it still exciting when they're paid to do it?
Yeah, sure.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Now you're getting back in. You're retired, but now you're getting back in.
Sure,
You're going to be on the WWE. Is your wife upset about this move?
Yeah, my wife, she began to dread the wrestling because I was taking punishment, and the knees and the head injuries, the back injuries. But I found as time went by, she liked it less and less when the checks stopped coming. That there was a correlation there, and so she realizes I'm not going to take a lot of punishment doing a couple of big matches a year. So we're looking forward to it, and so is she.
All right, well, take care of yourself. The book that you've written, a novel, it's about baseball. Is that right? Scooter.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. And you're also writing another book, another novel.
Yeah.
And what's that going to be about?
Well, all my books are done with a first-person narrative because I started out doing memoirs. So I just try to get myself in the feeling, you know, almost in the zone where, in this case, you know, I felt when I was writing that I was that, you know, teenage kid growing up in a tough section of the Bronx in the 60s. So it'll be the same thing with this next book, except instead of being a kid in the Bronx, a white kid in the Bronx in the 60s, I'm going to be a black woman in the segregated South in the 50s.
So you're writing, you're the first-person narrator, and you're going to write in the voice of a woman.
Indeed I am, yes.
Indeed I am. Good, I like it.
It's a small price to pay for getting on Oprah. That's right,
So, she'll love the broken sternum story,
if Oprah's out there, you know.
Oh, yeah, Oprah's watching right now. She doesn't miss this show. The new book, she's riveted. Yeah, she TiVos it. She never misses it. The new book, Scooter, is in bookstores now. Mick Foley, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Good to have you on the show. We'll be right back. Stick around. All right, everybody, that is our show. Stay tuned for Last Call with Carson Daly, their first week broadcasting from their new home in Burbank. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.